I've been trading the markets for 8 years now. Every single profitable trader, myself included, follows this system. This is a 3-step system that I have developed. By the end of this video, I guarantee you will be a more confident and profitable trader. Does your strategy matter? Of course. But it doesn't matter how good your strategy is if you're not able to execute. Any of you guys watching this video can follow this. It doesn't take any skill. It doesn't take any effort. So without further ado, let's jump into it. All right, so here is the 3-step system that I have developed. This helps me avoid being an emotional trader, jumping into trades I shouldn't get into, and just overall increasing my profitability. Now, before we get into this, why should you guys listen to me? Well, I've been trading for 8 years now. I've posted all of my trades in real time over the past 3 years. Now, again, this simplifies trading into pure logic, not emotions. So if you're watching this right now, dedicate the next 10 minutes to watching this video and actually applying. It's one thing to watch a video. It's another thing to actually take notes and apply it. If you watch this video and you don't apply anything you've learned, then I'm just wasting my time and you're wasting your time. Now, by the end of this video, I can guarantee at least one of these things, okay? Number one, you're going to be less emotional, equaling more profitable. Number two, you're going to be more rule-based, equaling more profitable. And number three, you're going to be more patient, equaling more profitable. So by the end of this video, you should be more profitable in whatever strategy you're using regardless. So I call this system the PPT, okay? So step one is the plan, okay? Making a trade plan in advance, drawing the setup on your chart, writing down your thesis and invalidation before the trade happens, right? So like an if X, then Y. If price comes to my level and I see this, then I will enter the trade. If price reaches this level, my trade is invalidated. You guys need to get in the hang of actually drawing on your TradingView chart what you want to see in advance. I'll put some screenshots up on the screen here of what I mean, and then I'll jump into some live charts. But every single trade that I take isn't random. It's always planned in advance. I see so many of you guys taking trades randomly. You can't even explain in logic why you're entering a trade. Every single move that you make as a trader needs to be explained in logic, okay? Why did you enter the trade? Can you explain to me exactly why you entered this trade at this specific time? If not, then you have work to do. If you move your stop loss to break even, can you explain why? If you get stopped out at a certain level, can you explain why your invalidation was at that level in particular and not higher and not lower? If you take profit, what is the logic behind taking profit? Was your thesis validated, or were you just taking profit when you were happy with the money? These are things that you've heard from other YouTubers and from other, trading gurus and whatever. Just take profit when you're happy with the money that you've made. That doesn't work on a long enough time frame. You need to have a thesis and an invalidation. You make money when your thesis is validated, not when you are happy. If you take profits whenever you're happy, now you're trading emotionally. That is the exact opposite of what we want to do. So once you have your plan, once you've drawn out on your chart what you want to see, once you have your thesis and invalidation before entering the trade, we move on to number two, waiting for the setup to fire the entry trigger. Wait for price to come to the key level, reclaim the level, show signs of momentum, whatever your trading strategy is. You're waiting, okay? Patience. You're waiting for your trigger to fire. This is where most people fail. They can identify a high probability setup. They can identify a key level, but they don't have the patience to wait for step number three, which is going to be the entry trigger. Okay, this is where you actually enter the trade once your conditions from step one, aka the plan, are met. So you have your plan, you're waiting, patience, and then you move on to the entry trigger. Okay, you set invalidation as you enter the trade. As soon as you enter the trade, you should have your invalidation. Don't set your stop loss when you're in the middle of the trade. No. You need your invalidation, again, explained in logic beforehand. Let's jump into some live examples here and I'll show you guys the PPT in real time. Okay, this is a trade setup that I'm currently eyeing on Tau USDT. Again, this isn't going to be a strategy video. I've already made tons of videos on my strategy and my indicators automate the process. So I'm not going to continue to bore you guys with this stuff, okay? But I have my key level, okay? Price history here, lots of reactions from this level in the past. We've taken out external liquidity here and I have my trade plan identified and I have it drawn in advance, okay? You can see on my chart here, I have where I'm looking to enter, I have my invalidation, and I have my take profit target and my stop loss to break even target before I enter the trade. So if you were to ask me, why am I looking for a trade here? I can explain it logically, right? My thesis, right? Also known as my plan behind this trade is that we have failed the key level. If bulls reclaim this key level with a market structure break on a lower time frame with oversold momentum, which we're seeing on the oscillator, then I will enter a long position on a reclaim of this key level. That is going to be my plan. Now you'll notice I also have my invalidation. If we get that market structure break, which we may not get, I don't know if we're going to get this. For all we know, price can continue rejecting, but that's fine because we never got in the trade. If price reclaims this level, we get that market structure break, I will have my invalidation below this key level, okay? Because I don't want to see price fail this high and then come lower again. In that case, my trade thesis would be invalid. So I cut my trade here because at that point, price is most likely going to continue the downtrend, right? Lower and see lower prices. This is why my invalidation is where it is. A lot of you guys, what you'll do is price comes down, you start panicking. Should I close my position? It goes lower. Okay, we're at this low. Now we're going to bounce. I'll continue to hold my position. Maybe I'll add more. Next thing you know, price is all the way down here and you lose 10% of your account in one trade. It's very easily avoidable. I know what I'm showing you guys is like simple in theory. It's harder in practice. But it's very easily avoidable. This is why I don't understand when people say, oh, I lost 20% of my account today trading. Well, if you're risking 1 R per trade, the only way to lose 20% of your account is to lose 10 trades in a single day. Are you really taking 10 trades in a single day? No. So you're over leveraging, you're not sticking to your plan, or you don't have a plan, period. Those are the only 3 ways you can lose that amount of money. So right now I have step number 1 checked off. My plan is checked off. Now is the tough part. Okay. Now I'm waiting for patience. I'm waiting for my entry trigger to fire. I don't have an entry trigger yet. All I have is my key level. But again, I don't know if we're going to reclaim this level. For all I know, we can continue down. I mean, it is over the weekend. Easy Algo is showing us at a resistance level. So I'm not just going to take a long at resistance. I'm waiting for my entry trigger. Okay. So plan patience is where I'm at. And if we execute the plan, we get a candle closure above on a 4-hour time frame, we reclaim this level, it's on to number 3, which is the trigger. And that is where I will enter the trade. I will set my invalidation. I will set my take profit. Maybe I'll set an alert for this level here for when price hits so I can move my stop loss to break even. Obviously, I'm setting my risk as well, making sure that I'm risking, 2 to 5%. Again, depends on your portfolio size of your account per trade. If you're trading a funded account on Breakout, for example, you can risk 1%. So I'm making sure I'm only risking 1 R on this trade. So I'm setting my risk again beforehand. If price hits my stop loss, I'm out that given amount. That's how much I was willing to risk on this idea. And I move on to the next trade. It doesn't matter how good your system is. It doesn't matter how good your strategy is. You are still going to have losing trades. With the PPT system, it forces you to minimize those losses as much as possible. And also forces you to stick to your trade thesis, hence making you more money on your wins because you're not micromanaging the trade. You're not taking partials when you shouldn't be. You have your plan in advance. So that is an example of plan, patience, trigger in real time. Let's go over another setup here on Bitcoin. Okay, I have my key level here on Bitcoin going to like a higher time frame. We took out these lows. I'm at the major golden pocket fib. This is a level that I was watching for quite some time. Posted this level inside of the Discord. So I have my plan. My plan is checked off. Number 2 is patience. All I'm waiting for now is for my entry trigger to fire. Because again, am I going to enter a trade here? No. There's not enough pieces of confluence for me to enter a trade here. My trade thesis is that price will reclaim this low here on a daily time frame, and that will be my entry trigger, a daily closure above this level. Once we get that, I will move on to step 3, which is trigger. I will enter the trade, place my stop loss at the swing low here, and target all-time highs for Bitcoin. I also have a hedge short idea here as well. So let's say this long does fire off. I will take a half risk hedge short position if I see bearish momentum here. If you guys want to follow all of my trades in real time and get access to these indicators, you can click the first link in the description below. It definitely helps to actually follow someone in real time. But I'm showing you guys this in real time, right? Like this is what I will do on a daily basis. It doesn't take that much time. I'm waiting for price to come to my level. I have my trade plan. It's drawn on my chart. It's very difficult for me to deviate from my trade plan because it's literally on my chart. I am visualizing the trade before it happens. So if we get this, I have to enter the trade because it follows my rules. It's following my trade system. I'll show you another one on Aster here. Again, you can see on my chart, I have my trade plan in advance. I want to see one more sweep early next week, taking out these lows. And on a reclaim, I will enter a long position, right? So if we fail this level and if we reclaim, then I will enter the trade. If X, then Y. You guys really need to get in the habit of actually writing down your trade plan, like writing down what your thesis is. Literally on TradingView, get the text box and write down waiting for sweep of X level. If reclaim with bull divs, enter. Invalidation here, take profit here, move my stop loss to break even here. You guys need to be annotating your charts. Remember back in English class when you would like annotate a poem, right? You would highlight certain sections, write certain synonyms next to certain words. The same should be done in trading. Use that on your charts. It will help you guys a ton. But I think that's going to wrap up this video, guys. I know this is a little bit unorthodox. I didn't go over any strategy. I didn't go over a trade recap, but this is very, very important. Making a plan. Click the first link in the description below for access to our trading indicators. Leave a like on the video if you guys have enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel for more trading content, and I'll see you guys next video.